Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the teachings of Sadhguru to break down one core idea: how to become the engineer of your own joy. It's all about flipping the script from being a victim of your own mind to being its master.
So, let's kick things off with a huge paradox of our time. I mean, think about it. We have more stuff, more convenience, more comfort than any humans in history. But has all of that actually made us happier on the inside? For a lot of us, the answer is a big fat no.
All right, so let's really dig into this. Why is it that all our amazing external progress just hasn't automatically led to inner happiness? With all our incredible advancements, why do we still struggle so much inside our own heads?
I mean, it's kind of wild when you think about it. We've got running water, cars that are basically rocket ships, and we can talk to anyone on the planet instantly. We have totally nailed the whole survival thing. And yet, that deep down anxiety, that constant worry about what's next, it's pretty much the same as it's always been. We fixed the outside world, but we forgot to work on the inside.
So what's really at the heart of this internal chaos? Well, it all comes down to understanding the difference between two things we always get mixed up: pain and suffering. And trust me, they are not the same thing at all.
Okay, so first up, you've got physical pain. This is just your body's alarm system. It's an incredibly smart, built-in tool for self-preservation. Without it, you'd leave your hand on a hot stove. So in that way, pain is actually your friend. It's there to protect you.
And then there's suffering. This is a whole different ballgame. Suffering isn't a physical signal from your body. Nope. It's a mental creation. It's the story you tell yourself about the pain, or about something that happened yesterday, or something you're afraid might happen tomorrow. It's the extra layer we pile on top.
And this is where it gets super clear, right? Pain is a necessary feature of the body, designed to keep you safe. But suffering, that's like a bug in the software of our minds. It doesn't protect you, it cripples you. It takes a single event and lets you relive it 1,000 times, making it so much worse.
So how do we even create all this suffering? Well, we do it by taking two of our most amazing human gifts and turning them against ourselves. We use our incredible memory to rewind and replay painful things that happened years ago. And then we use our fantastic imagination to fast forward and freak out about terrible things that haven't even happened.
When our minds are running wild like this, creating suffering left and right, it brings up a really fundamental question. Who is actually in control here? Who's running the show?
Get this. It's estimated that for a staggering 90% of people, it's their own thoughts and emotions that are calling the shots, not them. Their inner world is just a chaotic, knee-jerk reaction to whatever is happening on the outside.
Let me put it this way. Imagine you hop in your car, right? But the steering wheel has a mind of its own. You try to turn left, but it yanks you to the right. You want to go straight, and it swerves all over the road. Could you possibly have a peaceful drive like that? No way. It would be terrifying.
And that is exactly what's happening inside most of us. We're trying to get through life with an inner vehicle, our mind, our emotions, that is totally out of our control. And when your inner world is that chaotic, of course you feel anxious. It's not a disorder. It's the natural result of a system that's out of whack.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We usually think of slavery as someone controlling our body. But what about when someone else's words, or some random situation, gets to decide whether you feel happy or miserable inside? That is the deepest, most terrible kind of slavery there is.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it's a big one. But if we're not supposed to be slaves to our own minds, how the heck do we break free? Well, this is where we shift from problem to solution. It's about taking conscious, deliberate charge of your own inner world. Now, here's the key. You have to realize that our inner states aren't just some vague, magical feelings. Every single experience you have, joy, stress, peace, anger, it all has a chemical basis in your body. They're literally different chemical soups. The way you're feeling right now, that's a specific chemistry, and the most powerful thing is knowing you can learn to change that chemistry. And this brings us to the whole concept of inner engineering. Look, this isn't a religion or something you have to believe in. It's treated as a technology. It's a science for managing your own system with the same care an engineer would use to build a bridge. It's about finally getting the user's manual for you.
And the logic to get there is actually incredibly simple. Step 1. Realize that everything you've ever felt, good or bad, happened inside of you. Step 2. Ask yourself a very simple but profound question. Should my inner world be the way I want it, or should it just happen by accident? And step 3, make the choice. Choose to consciously create the inner life you actually want. So, what's the end game here? What happens when you truly master this inner technology? When you're no longer the slave to your thoughts and emotions, but their master?
It's this. The greatest freedom you can ever have is to not be afraid of what might happen. It's not about controlling the world outside you. It's about knowing, deep down, that no matter what life throws your way, your inner world is yours to command. When you have that certainty, you lose the fear of suffering itself.
And when that fear is gone, just think about what that means. You're no longer crippled by that constant nagging question, but what will happen to me? You stop just looking for comfort, and you start actually living. You can step into new situations, take chances, love without holding back, and explore everything life has to offer, because that break of fear is finally gone.
So, we're going to leave you with this final thought to really chew on. If you knew with 100% certainty that nothing and no one could ever make you suffer again, how would you live your life differently? What would you do? Who would you become?